Okay.
And basically, you know, it's going to allow you to do any sort of analysis on that without having to worry about, you know, in this instance it's a read-only connection, so I'm not going to be able to, you know, output tables to that or anything like that, but I am going to be able to do any sort of the analysis that I can do on my client without having to touch any of those tables. For instance, if we have a table that's on that server, I can do any sort of calculation. So if I want to do a quick filter on Home Street, let's do a quick filter on Elmwood. It's the first entry. So I type in Elm, and I press the quick filter button, and it's gonna come back here.
Now, can you do it so it's right too, or
you can
connect as a right? Yeah.
You can. Obviously, your connection needs to be set up that way. So, for instance, I have this table that's on my Strata.demo.org MySQL connection.
Okay.
One of the cool things you can do is actually drag and drop information between those database connections.
Okay.
So I have school volunteers on Strata.demo.org, and I'm going to drag it to my localhost MySQL connection, and it's going to do that copy for me. Now, if I take a look at those two tables on the two different connections, obviously they look exactly the same.
Is it a free service or?
No, Strata sells for $249 a license.
Okay.
It's desktop software, so it's not, you know, it's not subscription or anything like that. You download it, you got it.
Cool. It looks cool. Awesome.
Thank you. Right.
Okay.
So now what I'm going to do is I've been able to get this URL string from doing that image search on chocolate.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go into this table,
okay,
and I'm going to create a calculated field on that. Okay.
Okay.
So if I just make that into a string, we'll see that every single row,
okay,
in there shows up like that.
Okay.
So I've got, you know, 1,000 rows of chocolate. But what I really want to do is be able to take this item description,
yeah,
which is in my local table, and I want to be able to do a Google image search on that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring out the search term that I did here. I'm going to get rid of chocolate here. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the item description. So I'm going to go item description, and I'm going to add it like that. However, we see that Google wants to have pluses instead of spaces. So what I'm going to do is I click replace on item description, and I'm going to replace a quotation mark or a space,
okay,
with a plus. Okay, when I do that, I see that now I've built up a URL search string inside of Kirix Strata.
Okay.
And now what I want to do is have a little fun. I'm going to middle click on a bunch of these and see what comes up in Google Images. Okay. We take a look and we're seeing potatoes, we see fresh cut potatoes diced, and the list goes on.
Can you do the RSS one again?
Sure, let me do the RSS for you. So you want to go to...
Okay.
Alright, so we've gone to dig.com, and since RSS is structured information in Kirix Strata, we're able to just click on that and view the RSS as a table. So I click on the RSS feed, and boom, it pops up as a table inside of Kirix Strata.
And you can simply just pull that into a local MySQL or a web server MySQL, right?
Let's do that. Let's go to File, Save As. We're going to save this as a table. Let's call this dig RSS. We see dig RSS shows up on the project tree. And now what I want to do is I want to drag that into my local MySQL database.
Okay.
And it's going to pop up in the local MySQL database for us.
Can you save that MySQL database as a SQL, dump it, and then put it in a web server?
Sure, you could copy the tables from your local MySQL to your, provided you have permissions to do so, you could copy it to your MySQL database on the web.
Awesome, this is what I needed.